Hi, it's JD, and I'm grateful that you're here. They tell you the lottery is for education. They say that when you buy a ticket, you're helping schools, you're building roads, helping kids, helping the future. But let me ask you something honestly. If the lottery really built education, why are the same neighborhoods buying the most tickets still struggling the hardest? Why does hope always seem to cost $20 and never seem to compound? Boom Dopamine Shift exists for one reason: to question the systems that train your brain without your permission. The lottery is not sold as gambling, it's sold as virtue. Lottery for education. And that phrase is not information, it's psychological laundering. Here's what actually happens. When lottery revenue appears, traditional education funding quietly shrinks somewhere else. The money doesn't add to schools, it replaces money that was already supposed to be there. So the state gets revenue without raising taxes, and schools get a funding source that only works if most people lose. That's not education funding, that's accounting theater. Boom Dopamine Shift starts by telling the truth most systems avoid. The lottery is a voluntary poor tax. Lower income households spend a much larger percentage of their income on lottery tickets than wealthy households ever do, not because they're careless, because stress changes how the brain seeks relief. Notice where lottery tickets are sold: gas stations, liquor stores, places where cortisol already lives. That's not a coincidence. That's placement psychology. Boom Dopamine Shift is built on one core idea. Most destructive habits are not moral failures. They're dopamine loops. Lottery tickets are not games. They're dopamine subscriptions and neurological devices. Variable rewards, near misses, instant feedback. Your brain does not experience this as math, it experiences it as possibility. A losing ticket does not feel like loss, it feels like almost. And almost releases dopamine. Over time, the lottery trains your nervous system to outsource hope to randomness instead of effort, systems, and time. That conditioning quietly changes how people relate to money, work, and the future. Boom Dopamine Shift exists to break that loop. People hear the odds, but the brain does not feel statistics. 1 in 300 million feels the same as maybe. Someone wins, so the mind says, why not me? But the truth is brutal. You're more likely to be struck by lightning. You're more likely to die in a plane crash. You're more likely to be canonized as a saint. More likely to experience extreme, improbable outcomes than to win the jackpot. Yet millions of people play every day. And not because they're unintelligent, because the system bypasses logic and hijacks emotion and dopamine. This is not entertainment. It's behavioral capture. And here's the part that no one likes to talk about. Even when people win, the system often still destroys them. Money does not fix behavior, it amplifies it. Many lottery winners experience overspending, family conflicts, lawsuits, loss of purpose, and financial collapse. Because wealth is not money. Wealth is systems. And the lottery teaches none of that. It drops untrained nervous systems into chaos and calls it success. Now here's the darkest irony. The same communities funding education through lottery losses are the least likely to receive financial education. They're taught how to hope, not how to invest. How to wait, not how to build. How to wish, not how to compound. So the cycle continues. Lack of education fuels lottery spending. Lottery spending is justified as funding education. Education remains inadequate. That is not a cycle, it's a trap. Boom Dopamine Shift is not anti-hope, it's anti-randomness. We teach people to move hope out of gas stations and into systems, from chance to control, from dopamine spikes to dopamine stability. The lottery is not stealing your money. It's stealing your future by teaching your brain to outsource hope. Boom Dopamine Shift teaches you how to take it back. Break the loop, build the system. Thanks again. This is JD. Peace.